made man believe, kept going, don't stop. And I hear it, but it's like, damn, bro, I'm just a guy who likes football, man. I don't want to be that. Please, man. Like, let me cut trees. Let me cut trees. Magale's still a bad boy. And I love the fact that everyone bought his shirt. So yeah, man. I spoke about Jordan briefly now. I spoke about it yesterday. Check out the live stream from yesterday if you want to hear them extended thoughts there. Dead now, innit? Dead now, innit? Let's talk about some other stuff. Dead now, innit? Like, bro, them old guys, they're always gonna be reluctant to change, bro. And I'm exaggerating, but it's the same thing when people are riding horses and and then that guy who made the car is saying, yo, the car is the future, reluctant to change, bro. Because now everybody's got this is level with the playing field. And it's not just that. People have gone from content creator, like, I forgot her name, man, but the light-skinned lady, is it Nika or whatever, started on AFTV. You see her doing great things in Champions League, interviewing and whatnot. Liam as well, who the light-skinned guy, he's probably done everything on TNT, to be fair. Come from a certain background. He's there. They don't like that, bro. And there's plenty of other examples. Why would they like that? Why would people at the top, why would they like it becoming equal? Rightly or wrongly? I can tell you for free, there's a couple people at that top, yeah, that really fight people's corners. Why would they? And it's just entitlement, bro. Because these lot can't hack debates. Why do you think I can be in all of these rooms and hold my own and listen and all these things? Because I've had debates on estates, in barbershops, in media houses. People like Simon Jordan, they've never, they've only played at home. They ain't gone Anfield away. They ain't gone on Rance's stream with all these minions and Rance chatting shit. They ain't done that. They speak from a position of privilege. It's my way or the highway. My shit don't stink. Yeah. Dead. But yeah, man. That's my 2 pence, man. Like I said, rewind that if you never heard. Check out yesterday's stream if you never heard. Dead now, innit? 14 delivered number 14. I like Alvarez, but his heart is at Barca. Athletic should not block his move. If Barca are willing to pay a fair fee, football career is short. I said it before. I always maintained he's going to go Barcelona. My man's won everything there is to offer in football, really. But Argentina is irrelevant to club football. He won everything at City, worked with City. It don't make sense. I know we've won the Prem, and I'd love for him to sign. I'm not saying that if he ever decided I want to leave Atletico Madrid, we don't have a chance. But it don't make sense. Not only that, you got to remember, yeah, football's a job. You've won everything. Obviously, London is probably a lot better than Manchester in terms of what your wife could do, kids could be in school, all of that. But you're at Atletico or you're in Spain. There's more Spanish man around you, and Argentinians in either squad. In fact, I don't really know for Barca. Your wife and family are probably more happier there because it's probably more akin to what it would be in Argentina. It don't make sense, bro. Not to mention the weather. Yeah, man. I have to support my boy, however Noni is weak and not a smart person. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. Every manager in Liga and next season's champs are going to study that Champions League final till they're sick of it. They're all going to do the same thing. I believe if City hadn't played that plastic Saudi Club World Cup and had rested last summer or the other way around, if Arsenal had been in it, Arsenal wouldn't have won the Prem. Bro, it's only going to get worse at club level because let's put whatever club you support, let's stop the nonsense for a sec, yeah? This is why I say there's only 2 fractions in football. So the club, owners, TV rights guys, all that kind of stuff, yeah, all the way down to the players and the fans. The only people I genuinely care about, yeah, is the fans and the players. And also the cleaners, the security guards, all them kind of jobs there, yeah, because that's the people that sell programs. You know, my man that's been selling programs, I don't know, on Holloway Road for 70 years. I'm exaggerating. These are the guys that make football at all clubs. They're the only people I feel sorry for. I don't feel sorry for any executives. TV rights control this. The people are fat cats that really control the game that we love. They don't care. What do you see in club competitions and in country competitions? It's just expansion. So injuries are going to go up. The quality of football, on top of tactics, the quality of football is going to go down. Man are going to get injured. They just tell you to sign more players. Which we've seen it go from 3 subs to 5 subs. That's surely going to get expanded. The benches, I reckon, you see how in the champs you can have bare players on the bench. I can't talk for other leagues, but in the Premier League, I think you're going to see something like that. Because when players, because Rodri does it, Pep's done it, our Gaffer's done it, everyone does it. When these players and these managers speak, what do the fat cats that work at the Premier League or La Liga or FIFA or UEFA, they say just get bigger squads? A footballer can't rest anymore. You can maybe rest for a couple of days. It's pre-season. Like, obviously, our season's done now. A couple men are going World Cup. People can rest for a sec. You can go out with the missus, take your kids Disneyland, get a little holiday. You can mentally recharge for a sec. But if I am a footballer, and again, I can't talk on a scenario I've never been in, but if I'm a footballer, like somebody mentioned the Club World Cup, I know Palmer's injured, yeah, but them Chelsea players played bare games. They came into this season, yada, yada, yada. But if I'm Declan Rice, I've played bare games in the last couple of years. I've played bare games this year. I think he even probably approached for club and country. He's probably even going into this World Cup with 50, 60 games behind him. And there's other players like that. I remember a few years ago, Arteta said the reality is, rightly or wrongly, the top echelon of players, so like the household players that genuinely play for their club and country, or the big names for clubs, they're looking at 70 games. That's already mythical. But yeah, if I'm Declan Rice, right, I've come off the back of a long season. And it's a bit, the World Cup's a bit weird because it can be a bit of a mini preseason. Because I actually think, regardless of if he plays well or whatever England do, Saka kind of, ooh, it's raining and the window's open. Ooh. I often serve for you, but you did not. I can't like that's idiot. Why would you put your washing out and you can see there's no sun? Anyways, but yeah, Saka's been dead, but I think a part of it is fitness. You're probably going to get an opportunity in the World Cup to display that, right? But for me, going back to Declan Rice, think about it logically. If I'm Declan Rice, World Cup makes it a bit different, but think about it logically. If I'm Declan Rice, I played for my club. We've won stuff. We've been in finals. Whatever's happened in this Premier League, and you know, in the last year, everything for club and country, all these games I've played. I'm gonna have a World Cup. I'm probably gonna have a day or two off, a week or two off when the World Cup's done. I might be able to take my missus and my kids and do things that normal people, you know, obviously footballers can't do this all the time. You might be able to do that for a day or two, and then it's back thinking, because again, it's a bit different because of the World Cup, but we all know, all of these footballers say pre-season is the worst time to get injured or to not be on your fitness, because then everybody's playing catch up anyways, because pre-season, you only really see the benefits 10 games into the domestic season anyways. So you're not going to have time to rest. And also, even if you did want to rest, and let's just say you really took a week or two off, when you come in for pre-season or you come in early season, you might be overweight. You're already playing catch up. That's why you see these we all follow these footballers on social media. You might not see them tweet for a couple of days, and then what? They're all linking up. They've got them specialist coaches doing shooting drills, fitness coaches, etc. It's dark, bro. It's only going to get worse, bro. Big up yourself, Slimsy. New media versus old media. Robbie disrupted their whole business model. Reality is people like Robbie evolved media business. Exactly. Just don't like it. And to be fair with Simon, like, Robbie is a businessman. You are a businessman. Like, you might not like him, but you have to admire what he's done. Like not just Robbie, like all them kind of guys there that have them mad platforms. So yeah, man. Here's what it is. Smash the like button, people, as you filter into the Champions of England VIP room, folks. Come on. Come on. Come on. We got DGC at the parade. Got a pic with you and my cousin, bro. I appreciate you, man. Hey, send me that, my guy. Send me that. Nice to meet a lot of you, man. Nice to meet a lot of you. Big up yourself, Claudius, man. I was in a taxi with a Liverpool driver yesterday. He said he hates Arteta. I was like, why? Because it's got nothing to do with you. He said he's arrogant. What manager isn't arrogant? Yeah. Rooney's a sound guy, bro. Rooney, when he was a footballer, we all saw him in travel lodges with Gal and that, but Rooney's the guy you go for a pint with. You know who I rate? I rate Haaland. Forget his footballing ability, because Haaland is one of those footballers. Forget his ability. You hate them if they don't play for your team, but he's a guy, go to on the pitch, one love after, innit? That's what football should be. I think there's too much emotion. Like, there's always going to be emotion, but people are emotional, man. Emotional. You went I went into hiding, huh? Someone raised a time I went into hiding. What, when we lost the Champions League? You clearly didn't watch my Instagram, my Snapchat, any of that, my TikToks, any of that. How could I go into hiding when people are saying they got pictures? What? And I was on TalkSport as well. I'll tell you what happened. I literally said we could take 5 minutes. Juju, you're acting as well. You take 5 minutes to feel sorry for myself. And I told you, I never lied to you, lot. Regardless of that result, on that Saturday evening, I'm going to the Emirates. And that's what I did. And I stayed there until the late hours. And then I came home and had about 2 hours sleep, quickly showered, freshened up, and walked all the way from Seven Sisters Road, the other was Seven Sisters, to the Emirates, and enjoyed myself. And then we came home and said, all right, Vids, You can never call me a hider. Dead. Dead. You twat, but big up yourself, man. So yeah, man. Haaland's a better man than me. Arteta's a better man than me because you see me, shoes on the other foot, get him sent off. Get him sent off. Get him sent off. Simple as that. Get him gone. Please just get him gone. Sometimes you gotta get your hands dirty. DJ, I feel like I was more mad at 06 than on Saturday. I felt like that, if I'm honest. Bro, the games, you'd have to listen, anything AFTV, Robbie, respectfully, everyone's got to take that over there, innit? Like, I don't necessarily care. Plus, I don't know what they're doing. But yeah, admire and all that stuff. Hey, boy, big up yourself. It's time for Aston Villa fans on AFTV. They're the real big six team. I hear it, man. I hear it. But yeah, let's see what's going on in the papers and the tabloids and all of that stuff. Life is harsh, yeah, man. What's that? 3 draws, bare W's, and a draw, but then a loss on pens. Gaffer will be back there, man. You competed against Mikel Arteta. You competed against Arteta. You competed against Pep Guardiola, and you competed against Luis Enrique. You're gonna have your time, bro. And I've always said what has been one thing I've consistently said to you lot on this channel. I have no doubt Mikel Arteta is going to. I think he'll manage a country one day. I think he'll manage one of the big clubs in Spain. I think he will win big trophies. My thing is, I only care about that if it's at Arsenal Football Club. You won the Prem. Let's try win that Prem again. Let's try win like everyone in the traditional big six and Spurs. The goal is just to win things, innit? So let's just keep doing that, innit? In the Prem, we've gone from being a competitive side to getting over the line. Go and prove it weren't a fluke. Go and retain it for the first time in our history. In the Champions League, of course, PSG, Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, Barcelona, these, regardless of their form and what like their fans feel, every year the Champions League like is about to commence. These will always be the bookies, and a lot of us favorites in it will always say one of them man are gonna win it. We're not in that category, but we're competitive in Europe. We've shown that. We're competitive. I'm not happy to be competitive. I don't like just competing. I want to win, but you've competed 4 times now in the last 2 years against PSG. Atletico and Real Madrid speak for themselves. So Bayern Munich speaks for itself, so on and so forth. The task now is when you got so close, you are so far. Can we get there again? Can we get over the line? Of the 3rd time of asking, minimum 4th time if you're gonna throw in Europa League and whatnot, people. So yeah, we had our dinner. We didn't quite get dessert, but you know, we won the Prem. And again, some of you are not happy with your owners, you know. Some of you are not happy with your owners, you know. Chelsea owners can't do this. United owners can't do this because you ain't won it. Come get your Prem back, man. It's in N5, man. Please, bro. Please. I hear it. Yeah. We didn't win the champs and PGMOL trophy and this and that. Great. Winners win, losers explain. You lot know you're being disingenuous and chatting shit, but I'll let you lot have that. Just come get your Prem back from the serial bottlers, from a manager that's the set piece coach is the real manager. Arteta's not on nothing. This, that, all the things they say. Saka's a left back. With everything you say about Arsenal, it should be an easy feat to come get this Prem back. So come get this Prem back. Or try to finish above us. Because some of you ain't done that. If it's not Liverpool City, I don't want to hear it. Don't want to hear it. Sir, man. Boy, they've never tweeted. Man United have won the league. Spurs have won the league. And everyone else, all the other pagans that I haven't mentioned, people. Gunner Blog is saying, Arsenal have been looking at left wing as a potential upgrade area for some time, you reckon? And that position is expected to be a priority this summer. Although less of an obvious need, the 9 position has also been featured in discussions. It's true, but then you would have to move on. I don't want Gyökeres to go, or necessarily Kai, but surely if you've got, and Gabriel Jesus is gone, but if you've got Gabriel Jesus, Gyökeres, Kai Havertz, Marino, all options through the false 9, yeah? Or even if we disregard my man, yeah, we disregard Jesus, do I really see 4 and then a left winger? I don't know, man. It'd be interesting. It's actually going to be very interesting to see what we do. In recent weeks leading up to the window, recruitment staff at Arsenal had also indicated they'd be looking for a 6/8 central midfielder and study options in both fullback positions. It remains to be seen how the recent resurgence of Miles Lewis-Skelly might impact these plans, which is true. I think we need a centre mid. I would love an 8. I think we're missing one of those kind of guys. I do think we need to be very careful around Rice. We're never going to get another Declan Rice, but there needs to be someone that if Rice is up here and for whatever reason he needs a rest, God forbid he's injured, like the other man might be there, but that's still a good player. I have said I think we might need another left back because as much as I like Hincapié, Warrior, I like Calafiori, they do pick up knocks. If Miles Lewis-Skelly is going to play in midfield, we all know first couple of months of the weeks of the season, even though we had injuries from August, right? We all know the vast majority of it is, who's going to play? Every player that's not in the match day squad or in the starting 11, their Arsenal career is done. As you have seen, whether you support Arsenal or another club, once the season gets underway, bodies get dropping in it. Who hasn't been injured in this side? So, yeah, you could make a case of a left back. Right back, I would love for Benjamin White to just be given a clean run with fitness. Whether I want to bet on that, I don't know. If that is the case, then with you, Mascara and Timber, I think, and obviously we hope Timber never gets injured. I'm cool with that. But right back's an area we're discussing as well. I would love us to integrate Wanyeri, but I do think Wanyeri is going to go, if I'm honest, purely because, you know, I'm not saying I like this. This is just the reality. Norgard, who probably is going to leave as well, is ahead of him in the pecking order. Let's talk centre mid in the pivot first. He's ahead of him. Rice is ahead of him. Lewis-Skelly is ahead of him. Zubi is ahead of him. You will see Kai in that left 8 before, Wanyeri gets an opportunity. You will see Marino there. There's things we could do with an Eze and an Odegaard and things of that ilk. So it's dark. On the right-hand side, you've got Bukayo Saka. He is ahead of him. Dalman's ahead of him. Noni's ahead of him. There might just be 50 million there. Me, I'd rather loan him out because I think if he goes and has a good loan spell, whatever you're going to get this summer, you could get more in it. But in many ways, this came out from The Athletic. I don't doubt it, but it's not really anything tangible or new. When Arsenal signed Kepa last summer, a release clause was inserted into the deal, which allows him to leave if the club recoup the 5 million they paid for him. Kepa has enjoyed his year at the club, but if a compelling offer to be a number one elsewhere presents itself, Arsenal may need to enter into the goalkeeper market once again. What did I say? I think Norgard and Kepa will cut, especially if we win. Because last season, both of those were regular fixtures at a different club. A career short, it's winding down. You've won a league, you've done stuff, one love in it. It's an annoying one with the second choice keeper because I don't even know where you go for that. What would you lot rate Raya's season out of 10? I'd say 20, bro. Raya, pick up your stuff. I'm excited with Jeremy Monger's potential arrival at the club. Gunner Blog have also said Arsenal are pursuing a deal for Jeremy Monger with the player due to sign professional terms with Leicester this summer. It's thought he could command a fee in the region of 10 to 15. For someone like him, great. I think I'd love him to be involved next season. But I just think how many 16, 17 in a couple of weeks year olds are playing relatively week in, week out in the championship, right? Is it the worst for him to spend a season on loan in League One at Leicester? Because how many games? Arsenal might be pushing the next thing to him, but he can play across the flanks in it. But if we sign a left winger, a bad boy left winger, game-breaking left winger, you get another striker on top of all the existing options, where's the real football coming from? I don't know. But I'd love him to have. You lot know me. If we could get Monga, Dalman's there, you've got Wanyeri, these kind of Marley Salmon, we need to slow cook. These men are the future, bro. So, yeah, I wouldn't be against that at all. I don't think we're going to go for Fernandes. I like him, and he's a good player when he's had back-to-back relegations and he's still 30. I do. On one hand, I take the rumours in centre mid with a pinch of salt. Lewis-Skelly's emergent. Zubi was just bought. Declan Rice. All of these kind of things. And links are not necessarily tangible, as we all know, innit? But we're linked with Tonali. We're linked with Fernandes. I do think there's an element of we are watching that centre midfield position. I just think he's going to be too costly. I think he'd be good. I think if United grab him, that's a good look. I think anyone that grabs him, it will be lit. Arsenal have discussed the merits of a move for Mateus Fernandes, who is expected to leave West Ham following their relegation. However, Miles Lewis-Skelly's emergence in his preferred central mid position may hasten a change in approach. We are going to go over Sammy Mokbel's article and see what's going on there. Arsenal's William Saliba may undergo post-World Cup back surgery. So how long are you going to be out for, cuz? He could be set for surgery post-World Cup, as per a report from L'Equipe. Saliba has been managing a back issue for several weeks. And you know what? Not just all of my Arsenal players, for getting to that Champions League final and getting the Prem over the line, you've put your bodies over, for a number of you for a couple of years, you put your bodies on the line. I'm happy it weren't in vain, innit? Because to be fair, no one ain't said in the last 4 years that the players don't care. But when it was dark at Arsenal during the Emirates era, that was something we were running that, innit? Please, mods, none of you are telling man smash the like button. Doesn't surprise me. And it's not just a Saliba thing. Like, PSG, Arsenal, towards the closing end of the season, like I think you'd be you would have to try very hard to find a player that isn't carrying some injury, some knock, some niggle. I feel sorry for him with back injuries because you can't actually fix a back. But yeah, since the 120 minutes in the Champions League, is the back pains have worsened. I think the same goes for Rice in terms of back knocks. Reports on Monday that there was a risk of the defender missing several weeks of action, which would have put his place in France's World Cup squad in doubt. Saliba's entourage were particularly concerned. Didier Deschamps' medical staff, less so. Tests that took place on Monday were positive. L'Equipe understands Arsenal already aware that they wouldn't be able to count on the defender post-World Cup, and surgery may happen at the end of the summer. Whilst the signs are that Saliba will now take part in the FIFA World Cup for Les Bleus, there are now concerns that he might not be present come the start of the Premier League season. Boy, never comfortable. Apparently, Ellie Junior Kroupi favours a move to European champions PSG despite interest from other top-level clubs across Europe. Following his move from Lorient, Kroupi has excelled in his debut season in the Prem. He's netted 13 league goals, a record for a teenager in their debut season in England's top flight. Bournemouth have publicly stated they will not let the Frenchman go without fight. However, retaining the Frenchman could prove difficult given the sheer number of interested parties. As per The Guardian, Arsenal are keen on the Bournemouth forward, while Fabrizio Romano has cited interest from Manchester City, what played be for them, and Bayern Munich. Thought Mercato have added Chelsea and Barcelona to that growing list. Everybody, even teams that are not listed, would be in. Why wouldn't you? And interest don't mean we're going to bid and get involved in all of that. It's just common sense. Of all interested parties, Kroupi allegedly favours a move to PSG, and he's unlucky that France are just blessed with a lot of talent, or you really should be at the World Cup. However, a move could be difficult. The competitors for the France Youth International signature have been lining up their moves for several months. PSG have only just entered the race. Bournemouth have set an asking price of 100 million euros. I mean, there's 3 men at Bournemouth I would sign tomorrow, if I'm brutally honest with you. Alex Scott, Kroupi, Ryan.